It has been 20 years today, 20 years since one of Austin's most devastating crimes forever changed this community.
December 6th, 1991, 4 teenage girls murdered inside a North Austin yogurt shop. Their bodies found after fire destroyed the yogurt shop and much of the evidence left behind after the crime. 17-year-old
Jennifer Harbison, her sister, 15-year-old Sarah Harbison, 17-year-old Eliza Thomas, and 13-year-old Amy Ayres.
Now, 2 decades later, and the families of the girls are still waiting for justice. The Harbison's mother told us about the long road she's been on since her girls were murdered, a road she says has been difficult, but one God is using for good.
We always thought of them as angels after they were murdered.
Barbara Ayres-Wilson comes back to the former home of the I Can't Believe It's yogurt shop in North Austin frequently to remember her angels, her teenage daughters, Jennifer and Sarah Harbison, murdered here December 6th, 1991.
I think that it's been, 20 years since they died, and I'm not the same person. This city's not the same city. There'll be fewer and fewer people that remember this, their being here.
Remembering them in some ways is at times even difficult for their own mother.
I can remember their smiles and the things that made them who they were, and I can remember it. It's fading in my old age, The smells and the sound of them being here are fading.
17-year-old Jennifer Harbison had been working at the yogurt shop for about 5 months when she was killed, along with her 15-year-old sister Sarah, 17-year-old Eliza Thomas, and 13-year-old Amy Ayres. Their names still are on a memorial out in front of the strip mall on West Anderson Lane, although the yogurt shop is long gone. Barbara has moved on in her life and moved through the grief, choosing now to focus on the good memories.
Remembering what happened in this building, remembering how they suffered when they died. I remembered that and cried about that for a while, and then it wasn't serving me well. It didn't respect them any, because they were a much more about who they were when they were alive than how they were killed. They made everyone else feel better that was around them, and they cared about people, and I think the city would have enjoyed having them here, working and raising their own children and making a difference in this community.
As this community marks 2 decades since the teenagers' deaths, Barbara hopes she won't dwell on the horrible way they died or the details in the long search for justice. Rather, simply remember their lives.
Remember Jennifer and Sarah and Amy and Eliza. If you have a memory of them, talk about them this week. Bring them back to life this week.
Barbara and Eliza Thomas's mother, Maria, are lighting a special candle tonight at the Central Christian Church in downtown Austin in memory of their daughters. We want to give you a live look now at a Tree of Angel event set to start at 6:30 tonight. Every year since 1991, families of those taken by violent crime have gathered to place an angel on a tree there at the church in honor of those lives they've lost. They're picking up their angels now to hang on that tree. Family members of the yogurt shop murder victims are expected to be there to mark this 20th anniversary since the murders. And we'll bring you more coverage from the Tree of Angels tonight at 9 and 10.